Good morning on today's WOTWIP and Coffee. I have coffee today. Let me get a sip. Today I tried a new syrup, one of Jordan's skinny syrups, butter pecan in my coffee. It's not bad. I am enjoying it. I am working on this Afghan today. I have changed it out to a lighter color because I've used the other skein. Had maybe this much of it left, so I was pretty pleased with that, not having to worry about it. So I'm working on this today. Finished all the hats, got them turned in, and then they went on to tell us a little bit more about this, that they plan on giving these to the kindergartners, and then when they reach 4th grade, they would like them and everyone else that's received hats over the past 4 years. They plan on doing this for the next 4 years. To take a photo with their hats on. They're expecting these kids, we're going to make hats for them in kindergarten, be able to wear them 4 years later in the size we made them. Maybe they won't grow, I don't know. So anyway, that's going to be interesting. Have you guys been following along with this whole TikTok thing? You know, that our government wants to get rid of TikTok, ban it. Basically because, you know, the Chinese are gathering information on us by using our TikTok information. What's the difference between Instagram and Facebook and TikTok? They're all gaining information on you using it. I don't know. And our government already sells our medical information to China, so what's the difference? I don't know. I'm sure there's something very nefarious going on. Who knows? You know, after all, China did swear up and down back in, was it after World War II, that they would get even with Americans and kill us all. So, you know, maybe that's their goal after all. Whatever. I just find it interesting. And I know there's a lot of people that are complaining because a lot of people have made a lot of money on TikTok, using TikTok, making reels, you know, doing reviews of products, those kind of things, and then getting you to buy it because you were made to buy it because you saw it on TikTok. So, yeah, I'm sure there's a problem there, but, you know, it's like everything else. I mean, who hasn't gone to look at Walmart or Target site, put something in, and then you go to Facebook or Instagram, there's ads for it? Are you telling me that they aren't using that same information? So I don't know. I did want to talk about, I saw this one TikTok video that I was a little perplexed by, pretty upset by, but it was a woman saying that she had been on a Carnival cruise, that they had gone, this cruise is going to, I want to say Playa del Carmel, perhaps, is where the cruise was going to. And she was on a Carnival cruise ship, and that one evening about 7 p.m., she had left her 7-year-old alone on the Lido deck, which is where they show the movies, so I'm sure that's where the child was, on the Lido deck watching a movie. And while she went to go get a drink for her daughter. And apparently her daughter was approached by an older man who said to her he had lost his phone and she needed to come help him find his phone. And she crossed her arms, said no, danger, stranger danger, that kind of thing, and said, no, I'm not going with you. So when the woman saw her daughter, she was upset, and her daughter told her what had happened. And so the daughter contacted the officials, in Carnival, the cruise attendants, and had told them what had happened. And they were more concerned about this older man having lost his phone than about the fact that he tried to either take her daughter off to do God knows what with her or whatever. But they were more concerned about that, so she was never again going to cruise with Carnival. You know what I have to say to that? That's a good thing, woman, because you can't be trusted on Carnival. I do understand that there is concern there, and I do share that concern for your daughter. Your daughter did the right thing. You, however, as a mother, did the wrong thing. You left your 7-year-old daughter alone in a crowd of people you did not know. Those drink stations are close enough that you could have taken your daughter with you to get her a drink. She could have still watched the movie and heard it on that Lido deck. But you were responsible for your daughter on that cruise, not the cruise ship attendants. You made the mistake by leaving your daughter alone. I don't know what we have done in this society where we have raised a bunch of people who think everybody owes them something, but that's exactly what I saw when this woman complained. She felt like everybody else should care for her daughter while she was gone, although no one around her or her daughter knew what she was going to do, that she had left her daughter alone, other than that man who witnessed it and probably had nefarious intentions in mind. But you, the woman, you're the mother, were at fault here for most of what happened. It just boggles my mind. Sometimes we don't think about our most precious asset, our children. We more than happy to leave them in the hands of complete strangers and think nothing ill is going to happen. That is sad, people. So, yeah, I can understand it, but it's probably a good thing that you will never again sail on Carnival. Perhaps you should never sail again until your daughter is old enough to care for herself. So, I don't know. Just boggles my mind. Was she alone on that cruise with her daughter? Was there no one else, no other family member? That she could have said, Mom, can you watch Julie while I go get her a drink? Just throws me. Just do not understand that mentality at all. At all. I probably never will, but that's beside the point. Anyway, let's move on to better topics. I had someone ask, a couple of messages, wanting me to do this WOTWIP more than once a week. I don't know if I can fit that in, but I'll think about it. I do enjoy doing them because, first of all, it gives me concentrated time to work on a project, on a WIP. And I know many of you have a lot of WIPs lying around, just like me. Those of you that are monogamous, my hat's off to you. I get bored with a project and find I need to move on to something new. So, there's that. That's why have craft ADD. I just got to move on, and then I forget about it until I go back and say, wow, I never did finish that. So, yeah, I'm trying to learn to become monogamous about my projects and to work on them until they are completed. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I'm going to try. So, yeah, I have been thinking about adding maybe another segment of doing this, you know, and just because it does give me the opportunity to work on things, as well as I know a lot of you just enjoy being able to work with someone while you're working on things. Folks, that is my computer, which means my telephone is ringing. They are connected, and even though I silence my phone, it doesn't silence my computer. So I do apologize for that. It is an incoming call. And no, I'm not going to take it because it would tell me who it was if it was someone I knew. So there's that, right? So yeah, I am thinking about adding some more segments. Maybe another segment of doing this. That way it gives me more concentrated time to get work on some things, get some things finished. And while we're talking about whips, I had asked in the Scraptastic Yarns group once about ways that you keep yourself organized for your whips, projects, those kind of things. And I was really thinking about pen and paper or possibly computer program. But I had some fairly decent suggestions, so I've looked at a couple of them. And then I saw Victoria, Alaskan Crafty Victoria. I saw her latest video where she had held up that sheet where she had her projects listed and that she had crossed them off, I guess highlighted them when she had finished. I do know that when I've tried to keep them in a notebook, I lose the notebook or I don't keep up with the notebook. So I'm trying to find a way to keep up with those whips so that I know that they're still there and that they're languishing, waiting to be finished. I would like to finish them. On my way towards becoming more monogamous, working on just one project at a time. Any tips and tricks would be helpful. Yep, I would appreciate them all. And yes, I was thinking about getting a notebook, perhaps making a journal that would be for that. I do know that some of the past journals that I've seen, and people put out those journal sheets that are free for you. Like I think Shannon Talks did a couple of journal project pages where she left links over for them for Canva. I'll try to find that video and link it down below if I remember. That's another thing. Memory is getting old. But sometimes they just don't work for me. And I know Laura over at Mad Memeing Farming and Crochet, she had shown one of her notebooks how she keeps track of things. And I did like it. It was nice and simple. So I've been looking at maybe trying to find a combination in between or even creating a combination in between of those. And I don't always print out pictures of my finished projects, and probably should, and note where they're going, because I've had a lot of things that most everything I do goes to charity. So it's a nice remembrance. And those things like Facebook, they do the memories. And I love sharing the ones where I remember, see the different projects that I've done over the years and have turned into Prayer Shawl Ministry or a charity. So yeah, I am thinking about trying to do something like that. I do know that a couple of folks had shown the what are they, heated image printers, the small little printers that they've used. And I've been thinking about doing that. And Mr. Ronan, get off my thread, my yarn. He thinks we're playing, so he's going to lay on my yarn. or try to attack it, because he's a cat by nature and he can't help it. And even if I had 3 million toys, things for him to do somewhere else, he's going to attack that yarn. He's fascinated by it. Izzy, not so much. Her big thing is if I'm rolling up a ball of yarn, to make into a center pole ball, then she's interested. It's easier for her to grab. But him, it's when I'm crocheting that he is most fascinated and wants to give my yarn. So yeah, cats have been fun. Lately they have been a little anxious. We've been having a lot of rain, so it kind of throws them off a little bit. I'm sure some of that is barometric pressure, as well as the deer don't come down as often when it rains. And they're used to seeing those deer several times a day, running out to look at them, watch them, run from window to window, watching the deer. They do enjoy that. So, yeah. Doing a lot of ums lately. Don't know why I'm doing a lot of ums. I've noticed that there are quite a few new channels that are featuring Tunisian. I am glad to see that. Tunisian is one of my favorite forms of crochet. It is a little different. I am glad to see, and I knew him as David Burchell, but he's going by the name Benjamin now, Ben. I know that had to do with some things that he found out about his childhood, those kind of things. But his channel is solely Tunisian. He is back after probably 3 years absence, doing Tunisian, sharing some techniques and everything. And he had mentioned in his latest video that you can turn your work with Tunisian. I've never seen that. So I'm going to be interested to see. He said he was going to show us some of that. So I'm hoping that he does, so that we can see that in nature, see that again. Now, the way this panel works, as you know, the panel works. We work the first in the front chain, then you work in the back chain, the color block, and then you come back and you join them together with your yarn, going through all the loops, joining them together, doing a single crochet. So that's the row that I am doing now. And you may see me counting because there are 5 stitches in between the two divisions for the block. So I do need to count those. So ignore me if you see me counting. Just, never mind. Keep going. Go on your merry way. I'm going to continue to work. You continue to work as well. So yeah, it's been interesting to see that. I am glad to see that Juan joined the challenge with the hooker versus hooker. I think that'll be interesting to see what he comes up with. So I'm looking forward to that. She has put out Jan and Mimi, Lala, have put out a call for more of the podcasters to join in. And I think I saw in one video where they were calling for even me to join. I'm like, yeah, right. I don't think so. Not when it comes to amigurumi. I'm just not very good at amigurumi. So, although I do enjoy watching it, this last time, I think the most fun is watching Laura describe her entry. And if you did not watch this last one, just know there was a puck involved, and it was life-size puck, but our ice rink was not life-size. So there were a lot of puns around what the puck. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I almost peed my pants watching the playback, and it was much needed because I'd had a rough day. So thank you, ladies, for making me laugh. And I am glad to see that Jamie did indeed win. Jamie's channel, she has been putting out more and more things. I'm glad to see that. So I hope you will go out and watch her channel as well. Join it. I still think she has under 100 subscribers. So I hope you guys go out and join Jamie Marie Creates, her channel. Watch her. She does a lot of lives. She does amigurumi. She crochets, and she's excellent at it. So I'll leave her link again down below. I have given her a shout out. I don't know if it's one that has aired yet or not. Like I said, I am way ahead in shout outs. I have all the way through the end of April already filmed. Have started filming May's. So yeah, there are a lot of channels out there. And of course, I'm venturing out to some different channels that I have been finding that I do find interesting, and I do subscribe to all of them. I don't think that YouTube gives us a limit on the channels we can subscribe to, although oftentimes they will unsubscribe us, which I find annoying. But, all right, Ronan, let go. So, but I do usually watch a lot of these channels. Some of the channels, if I'm not watching them, I will unsubscribe myself, but I do have in a notebook that is, listed by letters, the name of their channel, which doesn't mean if they haven't changed the name of their channel, I won't shout them out again. But, yeah, it's, shout outs are filled up completely. So yeah, so anyway, I do hope that you will join a lot of these new channels. I do find them very interesting. I find a lot of what they do completely interesting. Some of the newer channels do a lot of crochet jewelry. I know I've done crochet jewelry in the past, enjoyed doing it quite a bit, and sold quite a few projects that I had done in crochet. A lot of those were beaded crochet, but I used a lot of the techniques for regular crochet and jewelry with those to create a lot of those things, and there was a nice market for it. So I don't know why I quit doing it. Yeah, I do. AC Moore went out of business. That's why I quit doing it. AC Moore was a place where I could get a lot of beads, different sizes. And a lot of different featured beads, cabochons, those kind of things. And since they went out of business, I no longer had something where I could actually go in, look, and see to see if I could come up with a creation with it. So, yeah, that's probably why I quit. So, yeah, there's always a reason that you quit something. And I do miss AC Moore. I really do. I saw a couple of articles where Ames is planning on bringing their stores back into business. I did enjoy Ames as well, so it'll be interesting to see that. Ames in many ways reminded me of a super Walmart, not super Walmart, Super Kmart back in the day when they had those. And also it kind of reminded me of in North Carolina, there is a store called Rose's. I think they were in Virginia too at one time, but I think a lot of them went out of business in Virginia. Called Rose's. It was a lot like smaller versions of Kmart, Walmart, those kind of things. They don't sell a lot of foods other than junk food, but they always had furniture, clothing. A lot of them had yarns, those kind of things, crafts. So, and of course, in North Carolina, I know Rose's is still there. Whenever we go back to visit my mother-in-law, we always made a trip to Rose's. Never failed. So, of course, haven't been back since I buried Thomas. I don't know that I will go back, other than I do have one son that lives there, and I will go back to visit him and to visit Tom's grave. Do miss him. But North Carolina is a very interesting place. For those of you that live in North Carolina, you understand completely. Here in Pennsylvania, I live about 45 minutes from a shopping center that has Ollie's, Michael's, Ulta, Dick's Sporting Goods, Old Navy, Target, those kind of things. 45 minutes in either direction, up one road and down the other road. And so, I don't think anything to go shopping that way. But here in Pennsylvania, a lot of people go, "Oh my God, you go that far to go shopping?" Well, in North Carolina, you go that far all the time to go shopping. Maybe not necessarily for your groceries, but if you're going to go for anything else, makeup, jewelry, arts and crafts, those kind of things, you're going to travel some distance. So I always find that interesting, the difference in the mentality, because Thomas and I used to laugh. We used to think it's nothing to go get groceries 45 minutes away. We rather enjoyed it because we would do several things. We'd go shopping, arts and crafts, we'd go to the bookstore. Sometimes we went to see different events, those kind of things. So yeah, it was nothing. But for folks here, it seems to be a big deal if you travel that far to go do any kind of shopping. So yeah, I don't know if many of you are in small town areas. Tell me what your thoughts are on traveling that far to go shopping. Would you or would you not do it? Be interested to find that out. I'd also be interested to find out if you would like to see more of these episodes of WOTWIP and Coffee, or just maybe a general come crochet chat with me type thing. I have thought about doing lives that way. I do enjoy watching a lot of lives that way. I know Mantha Makes does quite a few of those, and I do enjoy watching those. Many times I watch them on the replay. Don't always watch it live. Of course, I always enjoy going and seeing the different girls, with their videos live. So I've been thinking about it. So give me your thoughts on that. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Of course, a lot of it is finding time. I do have time in the evenings. like I said, I can't always crochet and chat live because, you're expected to pay attention to what's going on in the group. And sometimes that's hard to do if you want to crochet along. So yeah, just thinking about it. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that, but I have a cat back there that is actually chewing on a box. She loves tearing boxes apart. So yeah, like I said, I got those skinny syrups, and I got a couple of my favorites, which I will tell you, my favorites have always been peach and cherry. I do like my favorite drink when I would go to Sonic, when there was a Sonic. I don't live near a Sonic, sadly, and I love Sonic. When I would go to a Sonic, I would get there, go through their happy hour, and get a big, huge drink. And I would get a diet cherry lime Dr. Pepper with extra cherry and extra lime. And that was my favorite drink of all time. And sometimes I would get a cherry lime Dr. Pepper with extra cherry and lime, and that's good. So the cherry syrups are great for that. Throw in a lime, and I can drink that even just with plain water. I do enjoy that, and as well as fizzy water. So yeah. So that has been rather interesting. It's getting a box of those. It does come by UPS. I also at the same time had an order that was coming from Amazon. It was some zippers. I needed some more zippers because I'm planning on making some more bags. So I had some zippers that I had ordered along with a couple more batteries for the camera, because even though the batteries are rechargeable, at some point sometimes they become useless. And I did have two in there that anytime I would charge them up, I'd put them in the camera, turn it on, give maybe 2 minutes of video, and then it would die. The battery would die. So I needed to get rid of those and replace the batteries. So I did do that. And the funny thing is, they came on the same day. They said they were delivered. Normally they would be delivered to my mailbox, although the Jordan skinny syrups would have been delivered to the front door. Well, they weren't at the mailbox, they weren't at my front door, but they said they were here. And then I remembered, I do have one mail person, and I love her dearly. When it's raining, she puts things right by the garage door. So she had put it by the garage door in a plastic bag, the mail, the zippers, and the camera stuff in a box in a, plastic bag, clear plastic bag. And then when the UPS driver came up, he pulls up into the driveway, he sees that there, so he added that package to that, and I did figure that out about 9 o'clock. That's what they were doing. That's where they were, that they were outside my garage door. So I went to open up the garage, get them, and sure enough, there they were, nice and protected. And so I brought them in, opened them up, and of course, they're both in boxes, so I opened up the boxes, put them down. Cats have claimed them, so they've been playing in the boxes. And Izzy is now chewing on one of those boxes. Like I said, she is a chewer. She loves to chew the boxes. So, keeps her occupied. Yeah, I have a little cleanup to do afterwards, but it's okay. It's not too bad. All right, guys, I have chatted quite a while, so I am going to let you guys go because I do have a few other things I need to do. I do have a couple of bags that I am working on putting out there, and I do need to get them cut and then the interfacing ironed onto them and get them ready to go. I do have, I think, 7 or 8 different sizes of Bible covers that I have cut out that I need to do some quilting on, that kind of thing, so that I can get those finished. So those are some things that I'm working on this week. Let me know what you're working on before I go. And, oh, did want to tell you, most of the bags that are in the shop right now are 25% off through next Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. Cannot remember. I think I will extend it maybe through the end of the week, through the weekend. I just need to go in and look at those. The only 2 that are not included in that are those lion bags with all of the pockets in them. Because at 25% off, I cannot make my money back on that. So, as it is, the price that you see there, I'm making about $8 off of it. The rest has gone into the bag. The other part goes to Etsy and fees. So yeah, I'm not going to cut the price on those any further down. So they'll be as is. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys. I will see you again next week. See you along the way with some other videos as they come up. Shout outs later on. Maybe a few healthier use. I have been working on a couple of those. So yeah, I'll see you guys again soon. But in the meantime, remember, be kinder to yourself than normal. Love one another. And by all means, get out there and enjoy this world we live in. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.